Hey you guys, it's me Thomas, number 1 fan 2003 here. And as you can see, I'm here with the WhoBob WhatPants book that I got for Christmas this year. And I really love this book. I've been wanting it for a little while. And I got it, so... Yep, as you can see, there's SpongeBob on the front cover with a huge bump on his head. And there are some bubbles right here. Which is Mr. Krabs, the mayor of New Kelp City, Squidward, Patrick, the Bubble Poppin' Boys, and Sandy. And this book is number 18. And here's the spine. And here's the back of it as well. And this book is actually based on the episode called Whatever Happened to SpongeBob. And, oh my gosh, look at all these books on the back of here. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of books that are listed. Okay. Anyways, let's get started with looking at this book. The pages. So, alright, so as you can see, there's a small picture of SpongeBob rubbing the huge bump that's on his head right there. I mean, look at how big that thing is. Yeah, SpongeBob bumps his head. And SpongeBob wakes up in a very cheerful mood. And he's so happy that he just hugs Gary, but he hugs him a little bit too tightly. And as you can see, he cracks Gary's shell. So Gary is very mad at SpongeBob for doing that, because, yeah, shells are fragile. And he goes to see Patrick, like he bumps into him by accident, I should say, sorry. And, yeah, he accidentally bumps into Patrick, and he accidentally ruins his mom's birthday cake because, yeah, Patrick made his mom a birthday cake. And SpongeBob, after he bumps into Patrick, he accidentally ruins the cake. So, yeah, Patrick's very mad at him. And SpongeBob goes to see Squidward, but Squidward just slams the door right into his face. And that makes SpongeBob feel even more sad. But then he goes to see Sandy, but water from his helmet accidentally splashes onto her new robot that she just made. And can tell that she gets very upset with him as well. And then SpongeBob goes to work, and he slips and slides across the floor and knocked Mr. Krabs and his dollar bills right into the fryer. And Mr. Krabs gets very mad at SpongeBob as well. So SpongeBob leaves Bikini Bottom. You can tell he's very upset now. And there's a number 8 right here, but he crosses that out with a piece of chalk, and he writes a number 7 instead. So there's about 537 people in Bikini Bottom that live there. So yeah, he just leaves Bikini Bottom. So, yep, and while he's walking, he found himself in an unfamiliar place, and yeah, there were a bunch of sounds and scary creatures, and yeah, all of a sudden he hears a very scary loud noise. So he runs away as fast as he can, but SpongeBob trips on a rock and he falls down a cliff, and as you can see, he bumps his head really hard on the way down. I mean, look at that. See the little bump on his head? Yeah, you can tell that he's bumping his head really hard. Poor little guy. And Patrick and Sandy are wondering, where's SpongeBob at? So they go inside his house while Sandy karate chops the door, and they find a super fat, overweight Gary. You can tell, look at how tiny his shell is. I thought his shell broke. Yeah, I thought his shell broke because of SpongeBob. I don't know. Yeah, you can tell that he ate the whole entire supply of food that SpongeBob left for him after he left. And yeah, SpongeBob has a note. And the note says that if you found the letter That means Gary's food bowl is empty and it needs to be refilled. And it's also been 1 year since he has left Bikini Bottom, and no one's noticed until now. But no one needs to worry because he won't bother anyone anymore. So, yeah, and this makes Sandy and Patrick feel really, really bad for yelling at him. So they go find SpongeBob. And they check the Krusty Krab, but SpongeBob's not there. And as you can see, there are a lot of customers that want Krabby Patties, but since SpongeBob's not there, no one can have Krabby Patties. Yeah, SpongeBob's the best cook. So, yeah. So no one can have patties until he comes back. And, yeah, Mr. Krabs says that he's nothing without his #1 fry cook. And if Squidward finds SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs will give him a jewel-encrusted egg. And it'll complete his collection. So he goes to find SpongeBob. So, and SpongeBob finally opens his eyes and he rubs the bump on his head right here, as you can see. It's basically the exact same picture as like the first sort of picture. You see that right there? It's the exact same. And there are some fish right there looking at his clothes. So yeah, SpongeBob goes to say hi. He goes to say hi. Sorry, I get mixed up with my words, as I said many times. And they say that they're just admiring his clothes. But SpongeBob can't remember who he is. He can't even remember his own name. So, all he remembers is that he hit his head and woke up right there. So, yeah, those two fish actually name him Cheesehead Brown Pants. So that's his new name. And SpongeBob looks for clues in his pockets to see if he can remember. And he pulls out some bubbles and a blowing wand. And they get scared of Bubbles, so they run away. So SpongeBob is in New Kelp City. And his stomach starts to growl really, really loud, and he doesn't have any money with him. So he goes to find a new job. But he actually blows a lot of bubbles, and he gets fired from every single job that he has. But he thinks that there's something wrong with him instead. And he walks around and blows bubbles. That makes him feel better. But the bubble popping boys appear. So they try to catch SpongeBob, but he runs away again. So he blows a huge bubble and the bubble popping boys are trapped in there. And they float away, never to return. So, yep, and everyone's so happy that SpongeBob got rid of the bubble popping boys that they make him mayor of New Kelp City. Or should I just say Mayor Cheesehead Brown Pants? Yeah, he becomes mayor. And Sandy and Patrick see the newspaper, and they find out that he's mayor of New Kelp City. So they have to go there really fast. And SpongeBob is announcing that it's safe to blow bubbles in New Kelp City. But then Sandy and Patrick come and they try to get him to come back to Bikini Bottom with them. And they're really, really sorry for yelling at him earlier. But SpongeBob says that he can't leave because he's late for an important meeting as a mayor. Yeah, he's right there. So he goes into the mayor limousine, just waiting for him, but Squidward is the driver, and yeah, Sandy and Patrick hop in, and they just, oh, what the heck, and they just go back to Bikini Bottom, and they go to the Krusty Krab, and SpongeBob asks that he was a fry cook before, and Mr. Krabs says that he was the best fry cook. But SpongeBob decides just to stay as a mayor. He's just going to go back to his job as a mayor, so. And since Squidward sort of, I guess, found SpongeBob, he gets his reward. Mr. Krabs hands him the fancy egg. But Squidward is just so, like, obsessed with his egg. He loves it so much. He's, like, obsessed with it, so he just stares at it, and he trips on SpongeBob's spatula, and his egg soars through the air and hits SpongeBob on his head again. So, and SpongeBob is back to normal now. See, he has a huge bump on his head again, but that's a good thing, because now SpongeBob has his memory back. So yeah, he says just a bit of a headache, Sandy, but that means he's all better. So, yep, SpongeBob is now back. And as you can see, he's flipping Krabby Patties again. So, everything is back to normal. And right here is just an advertisement for the WhoBob WhatPants DVD. Available October 2008. I was only like... I actually turned 5 that year. Yeah, I was born in 2003, so I think I was about... I think I almost turned 5 in 2008. I don't know. I hardly remember. But... whatever, who even cares about how old I was? But... yeah, I was pretty little when this came out. But yeah, that's pretty much all for WhoBob WhatPants. I really, really love this book. And... yeah, I just think that the story is very, very interesting. How SpongeBob gets amnesia and he's mayor or whatever. And yeah, so that's pretty much all for WhoBob WhatPants. And let me know what your favorite part about this book is. My favorite part has to be when SpongeBob gets hit in the head by Squidward's egg and he gets his memory back. That probably has to be my favorite part. So yep. So yeah, that's pretty much all for WhoBob WhatPants. Don't forget to let me know what's your favorite part about this book. So yeah, goodbye everybody, and have a great day, and peace out.